Hey crafters, welcome back to DM's Craft and continuing the demonic bloated Helltoad. So this craft is freaking awesome. I'm so pleased with it. I just love this beastie and I can't wait to finish it up for you guys so you guys can bring it to your own table and terrorize your player characters. So let's get to the table and finish up that demonic Helltoad. Yeah.
All right, crafters, I black bombed this beastie with flat black spray paint, and I'm going to cover it with burnt umber. I'm going to wet it quite a bit so it just makes for easy coverage, and just cover it all up. And that'll be my starting color there, that dark brown. Then I'm going to use some other colors, some burnt sienna, this green, another brown, and a lighter kind of coffee brown. So I'm going to mix up these colors on this creature to give the different colorations, right? I really want it to kind of be a gross looking thing, so that's why I'm going with a mix of these colors. So there's some burnt sienna. I'm going to pop that on there. And I know it looks like a mess right now, but it's gonna end up something, right? You gotta have the faith. So I'm just mixing some of these other colors, kind of randomly. Kind of looks like a big turd right now, but so I got a nice mix of those colors. Getting that green over the top there, some of that. I don't want to cover it all in the green, but there we go, nice. So now I've let that dry. So now I'm going to use a cherry red around the eye and inside the mouth and the tongue. And then while that's wet, I'm going to use the pink over it. Now I give a nice kind of mixed fleshy color. So it's kind of a wet on wet. So pretty cool. Looking good and nasty. Now I'm going to wet that pink down a bit and hit the lips just a bit. I want to kiss you, said Helltoady. So I'll redefine that mouth there again with the cherry. Okay, now I'm going to paint the spines with an off-white. And those look bright now, but we're going to take care of that. It's like, whoa, those are really bright. So paint all the spines. Okay, we got them all painted. There we go. Got the feet too. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some kind of aging to these, and I'm using this kind of this coffee or tan, very watered down, and then put it on the spines, and then just kind of pull it up. And then you can use a darker brown, very wet around the base, and that'll kind of help make it look like it's worn from the tip, from the end where it meets the creature, and that it's kind of a little wider at the tips. So there we go. Nice effect. Really mutes that up. Makes it look old and kind of nasty. So perfect. Wow, he's looking just ugly. Now I'm going to paint the interior of the eye, and I'm going to paint it with this light green here and a little bit of yellow. Just a nice, good color there. And then I'm going to wet this gold down quite a bit and give it a nice golden sheen on the eye. It's a nice effect there. Get that kind of glow-in-the-dark look. Now I'm going to use some black. I'm going to paint in the mouth fold there. This is watered down. And then I'm going to paint full strength. I'm going to paint the iris. So let's put that in there. I did kind of a double triangle or a double square shape. Okay, now I use this 2 times gloss over the critter, and this really brings out the slimy look. So let's hit the table and see what that looks like. So here's this beastie in all its glory, the demonic bloated Helltoad. I really love the slime on that. I think it really looks cool. It really looks something from the horrible depths of somewhere. And that texture with the glue gun really looks nice. That twirling texture really gave a nice effect on there. The little pieces from the dinosaur really add. The webbing on the back looks great. I like the fork tongs, the tentacles on under the chin, that kind of tongue, that giant tongue kind of whipping around, those ducks on the side, just some really, really neat looks on this critter. And here, give you Roderick for scale. So here's poor Roderick next to this thing. Can you imagine your PCs coming into a room and seeing this nasty demon sitting there, taunting them, this tongue whipping around the room, it's attacking them with psychic powers or riddles that they have to just solve. Really, really cool. I love this guy.
This is DMG and a quick message to tell you to support this man, DM Scotty, on Patreon. Why do I support Scotty on Patreon? It's a very simple reason. The man is the father of this entire genre of videos. There are probably 100 million hours of viewable content, or content that in viewed hours, there's 100 million hours of viewed. There's hundreds of millions. This man deserves $1 million. That man deserves $1 million. I've given him like $1, all right? $1 towards the $1 million he's owed, because I can't give him $1 million. If I could give him $1 million, I'd have $1 million myself. Man, it's something you need to understand about video making. For 10 minutes of video, this man will probably spend 30 to 40 times that on producing the video. Every time the scene changes, he's had to move the camera, he's had to change the lighting, he's had to get all the equipment, he's got to do all these things. Some of it's not all shot in his house, he's shooting it in the studio where he works. All these sort of things have to be taken into account. He's back and forth. He'll probably have to spend hours editing the thing. You know, this is where all this time goes. It takes to do 2 videos a week. The guy is probably spending 10 hours a week just on creating content that you enjoy watching. So, for instance, if you were paying this man, how much would you say that that's worth? How much do you think the time that it takes to produce the quality content that you're watching, how much do you think that's worth? $1 a month? That's all you need to do. Because if every subscriber on this man's channel gave him $1 a month, he'd never have to work again, and all he would do is make DM Scotty videos. Think about that for one moment. If every person gave Scotty $2 a year, $2 a year, this man wouldn't have to have a job. All he would do is crafting videos. Do it now! Before the life is drained out of you for non-compliance by the DMG. And maybe some crazy vampire. But, you know, such is life.